Hey everybody, it's Glidercat and it is time to play. We are back in Bastide today. Let's unpause the game from where we left off. Boom. We'll keep this moving. We have if we look, let's pause it again. Sorry. We talked last episode about the trader who arrived. Let's just take a look at what this is about. Now, in the bottom right hand of the screen, I see merchant has arrived. I guess I could just click on this little eyeball icon. It would center the map probably. Take me there. Boom. So we zoom in and we click on the trader character here. And sometimes there'll be other people standing around this person. So just make sure you hunt and peck a little bit if you can't click on them initially very easily. We may come across that later in the game. Anyway, you click on them and then you've got this pretty easy to understand interface of here's the things that I've got available that I can sell and what I will get in terms of silver for each of these products. And then here's what the trader has to buy. Now, their stuff's expensive or relatively expensive, so we got to be careful about what we do. Right now, we happen to have some wool. I want to hold on to that. That's also, I think, good for the winter clothing we're going to need. So early on, at least for me, it's very hard to find a resource that I'm willing to sell. But we don't have any coin unless we sell something. So let's see what they've got on offer. They've got the warm clothes. We're going to try and make some of those. I think the first winter, it's going to be a little tough. We may not have any actual warm clothes. But man, it's 50 silver for each one. And that's just too steep. Bread, eventually we're going to make that on our own. So I don't want to buy that. It's not real expensive. Tools, we're starting to manufacture those on our own. So we're good there. Berries, we're collecting them. Chicken, we have plenty. Like if you didn't want to hunt chickens, I think this might be an easy way to get them. I'm not sure if they would end up going straight into your pen or not. But you could see we had a little bit of a challenge hunting them, but as soon as we found 2, we were golden. Right now we've got 20. We're doing fine. And then meat, I think we're producing. So right now, I don't see anything really compelling for us to trade. I'm going to go ahead and just click send away. That'll send the merchant away. And now I will turn the play speed back up and we can get back to it. All right, our healer's hut we got up last episode. So now we're starting to heal our sick people. We had 7, we're down to 5. That's a good sign. If I look at our people window here, we've got 2 laborers left. I like to keep at least 1 at all times. It looks like our other building was built. And it might be time to plop down another. Let's do that. Let's place down another wood hut. Now we're only getting housing for 2 people for each of these. So let's place down another hut. Or we can even think about this next one. This is 18 logs, but it's room for 3. So we could start doing some of these. We don't have the boards, the planks here, the processed planks, so we can't do wood house. We could do the thatched hut. It's 7 more wood for only 1 more person. So let's do 1 more wood hut. Rotate this guy and snap him into place. Boom. Get that building. And then once we get some more laborers, I'm thinking we start thinking about doing some upgrades. And in order to do that, again, we're going to need these planks. And that's going to mean building. Whoops. I just clicked the wrong thing there. So we're going to production. I'm looking for the carpenter. So where would that be? Production, tailor, blacksmith, brewery, healer's hut, tannery, forester, mine, gatherer, firewood. Oh, we're going to need firewood too. All these buildings take logs too. Maybe it's time to actually drop down another forester. Let's do that. Let's put a forester down kind of in a little bit of a different area here. How about over this way? Just so we know we have a good supply of logs coming in. I'm getting a little nervous about having enough resources. Hopefully we're not building things in a bad way. All right. All the recommendations are gone. Let's go ahead and clear that window from the screen. We'll get another forester, another building here, and then we might want to start thinking about a firewood building. Now, tools look good right now, so I'm actually going to take that blacksmith out of the building. We'll let the miners keep doing their thing because we need the stone, and they can, still collect the copper and the iron. We could use more supply of that. Food is looking okay. We added another farmer. Let's refresh our people list here. I'm tempted to throw another person in the farm, but let's wait. Let's keep them as a general laborer. I think that's going to end up getting us a little more trees, a little more logs. Okay, we've healed all our people and we've got 4 medicine, but I'm going to keep our healer still working. Okay, our tailor is now open. Let's get someone working on some clothes. So that's a good thing to put one of our laborers on. That's a worthy trade-off because right now we have no clothes. Okay, coming into nighttime here, we should see some people gather by the campfire. I think they stopped working at 10. I could be wrong. We'll find out. Yeah, they're all kind of hanging out by the campfire, saying, "What does Glidercat have us doing? We are not focused on the correct priorities." All right, so they sleep over the night. Again, we've got 1 laborer. I think this indication, this icon here, just means that this chicken pasture needs water, and same thing here with the cows. Once we get to, I don't know, 5 or 6 in the morning, I think they will come out and take care of that. Okay, yeah, 6 a.m. Everybody's back to work. Okay, the water's been taken care of there and there. Our well is doing fine. And now we're just kind of waiting for this wood hut to be built. We don't need to do any more kind of chasing down animals. Eventually, we will get sheep and pigs into a pasture. But right now, we're just focused on kind of the things we're focused on. The food doesn't look great. Wood looks good. Wood looks okay. Stone looks okay. Medicine is looking better. Tools look awesome. We've got plenty of tools. So we took our blacksmith out. We have another forester building out here somewhere that has yet to be crafted. It's hard for me to see it. You guys might be able to see this a little easier. There it is. So once that's built, hopefully we will be in good shape with the wood. Now this game, I'm speculating from my first playthrough, is a game where you need to kind of move people around the different buildings. So like I said, when we don't need more tools, it makes sense to pull that blacksmith out and get him as a laborer or doing something else or putting him on the farm or something. And then come wintertime, I think the farm is going to dry up. We won't be able to use it. So we can put those farmers to work doing something else, like maybe chopping firewood or working in the mine. So we definitely want to keep in mind the seasons. At least that's my theory. We'll see as we play how it goes. I believe the gatherer's hut or the healer's hut can work year-round and still gather herbs. And we need a decent supply of medicine, so I'm going to keep that healer working on producing medicine. They've already produced 21. We've only got 3 in inventory, so 18 of those were consumed, or 18 medicines were consumed. And it could be a fact of them not having enough clothing. So we're starting to make clothing. Look at the tailor building and just see. We click on production. Okay, 5 clothing have been made. No warm clothing. Now, if we look at production, or job, I should say, We got to have 2 leather and 3 wool to make these warm clothes. So the next pasture we're going to want is probably sheep. So we can start collecting the wool, right? And then we're already getting the hides from our cows here. But we do need to turn that into leather. That's something I just talked about. All right, we've got another wood hut. So we'll wait for a family to come in. You should see an indication of that down here in the bottom right of the screen. We've got an empty house. We're just waiting for a couple more people to come in. These guys are still working the farm. They're planting a new little batch of crop, cabbage. Kind of waiting till we get another. Okay, now we've got another family that's moved in. Good. I'm going to slow it down to 1 time speed. And let's think about what's next. We probably want to keep in mind we're going to have another forester here. So we probably want to put 1 person there. But we've got another laborer we can use. Maybe we think about the sheep. That'll get us the food. A little bit of extra food, and that will get us to start collecting wool that we're going to need for the warm clothes. So why don't we pop a pasture down? Seems like a reasonable choice. I'm going to come down here. Boom, boom, boom. This time we'll pick sheep. All right, it's the default choice. So then I'll assign a worker. And now we will hunt sheep. There's one right nearby. That's good. Now, hopefully there's no problem wrangling these up and we won't lose a bunch of villagers here if I pick a few. So let's just find some. There's a pig. That'll come later. And I don't have really a recommended order. Maybe you choose if you play to do the pigs first. I don't really have an argument against that. And I think the pigs actually do provide hides as well. So we'll see. We're going to do those last in this playthrough. But again, you could choose to do those first. It might be just as good of a decision. There's another sheep. That's 2. So now we've got a pair that's going to reproduce for us. There was an animal over here. There's another one. That's 3. And I think the pen holds maybe 10. There's one here. We're really not having much problem this time. Your mileage may vary. Now, my other playthrough, it was a bit of a hunt to get these animals. But we're doing pretty good spotting them this time. Another pig. We've got plenty of pigs. And the only argument right now for not building the pig pen is just the number of laborers, the number of people that we have available to actually work in these places. Sheep. Grab that one. I kind of want to start upgrading those houses, which means we got to get a carpenter. And then the other thing I want to do is start tanning some of these hides so we can actually turn them into clothes. So the sheep we're gathering now will be good for the wool, which is half of the winter clothing. But the other half is the leather. We need to produce hides to do that. We need to tan them. All right. That's enough sheep. I think we will be good, and they will be, we'll have a full pen here in no time. There's one of them already made its way there. We're at 1 time speed. It's still complaining that there's no clothing left. Our tailor is working pretty much nonstop. We could throw another tailor in there. I think 1's going to be plenty. I think they will catch up. We look at the warehouse. Again, here's our no clothing. Ooh, we've got no cloth either. So the cloth is coming from our gatherer's hut here. They've already produced 15, but it's being consumed pretty darn fast. The other option we have for clothing, we go ahead and look at the tailor building again. So we need 2 cloth or 3 cotton. So we can raise cotton on a farm field. Right now, all we've got going is cabbage. But we could pop down another field and do cotton. I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to hold off on that just because of the number of laborers we have. We're down to 1. We don't have any empty houses. We probably need to get another house down. I was hoping to upgrade these and not have to keep placing these low-level houses. But we need more people. Logs aren't great. Our second forester building's not built yet. I'm going to go up to 2 times speed here. Food looks okay. That number can jump up and down pretty fast, and I think it may be related to when they actually bring the food into their homes. We're in October. We probably need to just get that woodcutter building going. Tannery, healer's hut, blacksmith, tailor, lumber mill, stone masonry, firewood. This is the one I'm thinking of. And we don't need people working here 24/7 every season. But we are going to need firewood before wintertime comes. Let's snap that one in right here. Boom. And at least get the construction started on it, or get it queued up for construction. Looks like we've got easy pickings here with a cow. Let's go ahead and just capture that. I think it'll be turned into meat pretty much once it's captured. And again, we got a pig walking through here. That would be nice. I'm a little nervous to even hunt after we lost all those people early in the game. So I'm going to hold off on that until we've got plenty of extra people. We're doing okay on food. Let's take a look at the warehouse and see how we're doing on those hides. Yeah, 75 hides. So eventually we can turn that into leather. It's just a matter of getting more laborers here. Okay, we've got our second sheep in the corral. That's a good sign. Cabbage is growing. That's a good sign. Clothing. We finally have like 1 in inventory. So it says a low amount of clothes, but it doesn't say we're out of them. So we're making some ground there. Even though we were low on cloth, what we might do, oddly enough, is take this tailor off the job and let that cloth accumulate so that we're not having a tailor sitting here waiting on cloth. So let's look at the inventory. Yeah, we've got no cloth. So that tailor's just going to sit there waiting. Let's have them doing something else, maybe general labor. They can get that forester building built, or help us get that forester building built, or cut down some trees rather than sitting and waiting for cloth. Our miner is keeping busy. We've got stone, we've got copper, and a little bit of iron. Tools look good. We've got 11 tools, so we don't need to get the blacksmith. We don't need to man the blacksmith, or woman the blacksmith, or staff the blacksmith, I guess I should say, right now. And again, I think that's a big part of the game, at least the early game. In my first impression, is kind of managing your resources, your scarce resources. Because there's a shortage, there's definitely a shortage of workers that need to meet all the needs of your collective village here. Food now, let's see how it just dropped down to 0. Let's just take a look at the storage. Yeah, see, they've brought some food into storage. I don't know if that happens towards the end of every day. They go shopping and bring all the goods from the warehouse into their homes. But clearly, all the homes have a lot of food now. But our warehouse has like none. So just keep that in mind. I don't know that it's a reason to panic, but We do want to get more food being produced. Okay, did we have a family move in or something? We've got 2 laborers now. Let's go ahead and speed it up to 3 times speed. We'll just see what happens. Okay, now we're back down to 2 laborers. Okay, our medicines are at 2. That's one item that I wouldn't mind stocking up on. Because, boy, when people get sick, it seems like it starts to spiral. All right, it's morning. Everybody's getting back to work here. Got some people here making their way, hopefully, over to the forester. We get that built, then we can move on to maybe building another house. We're building the other building we placed here, the Firewood building. We're in November, so it's time to start thinking about producing some firewood. We'll let this farm go as long as we can, but eventually that's going to have to... that work's going to have to stop. Temporarily stopped our tailor. It's going to start getting cold, and it's going to be a cold winter. These guys have houses that are not comfortable, not warm. They don't have warm clothing. They at least all have clothing. But it's going to be a rough winter. Hopefully we've got enough food. We can always slaughter a few animals to help us through the winter. But time will tell if we've actually done enough preparation for the season or not. My biggest concern right now, I guess, is the firewood and if we can produce it fast enough. They gave us an initial supply of 15 when we started the game. Wood is not great. I'd love to have more so we could take those foresters off and have them chopping wood into firewood. But right now, we need to have them collecting. Let's see. How many more resources are needed over here? 2 more logs. 1 more log. And then they could start building this. Let's see. We've got a cow here. Why don't we go ahead and capture that? It'd be nice if that was the pasture worker that did that. And they may. Yeah, there they go. So that'll get us some more food. And now food's up to 65, 66. So we must have just processed a bunch of animals. Or this crop, too. We're collecting it. Medicine's up to 4. That's good to see. All right, these guys are starting to hammer away. Got our 2 laborers that we have available are doing the building here. So that's why we keep laborers. But yeah, we're in November. I'm a little nervous. The temperature's not bad right now. It's a comfortable 67. Look at the bottom center of the screen. You can see the temperature. So they're not doing bad right now. A merchant has arrived. Let's go ahead and pause the game and see if we can catch that merchant. See if there's anything worth trading. We'll hop in here. We'll take a look at the merchant. Let's see what they've got to sell, and or what we've got to sell. We get the wool. I really don't want to give that up because it's going to be used for clothing, and I don't want to give up the medicine. So I don't really have anything available to sell right now. So I'm just going to, without even spending time looking at what they've got, I'm just going to send them away. Because I don't want to sell those resources that we've got. They're going to be critical later. Let's go ahead and advance the speed. We'll go up to 2 times. All right. It looks like they're starting to bring some wood over to the firewood building. In early game, you can see we're placing down a lot of buildings and we're chewing through a ton of these ton of wood logs to get this initial setup built. Now, once it's built, obviously, we'll be able to use these buildings for a long, long time for the rest of the game. But early on, just getting your initial village set up, especially doing it before the first winter, it's a bit of a challenge. It gets a little dicey, and we'll see how we did. The test of our decisions will be when the winter comes here. Still got 2 laborers. I think that's smart to keep them building. Got 9 more logs to bring over to the firewood place. Then they can start chopping Wood, hopefully we'll have enough. The huts, I don't see, storage for firewood yet. We'll see if that shows up later. Right now, the firewood looks like it's all in our warehouse here. We've got 15 units. And again, by the way, the warehouse looks like it stores up to 2,000 items. And we're currently approaching 1,000. So we've got plenty of storage. Eventually, we're going to need to place another warehouse. And I don't think it overlaps with the stockpile. So our stockpile here does kind of these raw resources. The only one that's really processed here is the lumber. Oh, and the stone and the cut stone is actually processed too. And then our warehouse does not store those items. So 2 different kinds of storage. Let's see, does this have a capacity? Not sure. Doesn't seem to show what the capacity is of the stockpile. All right, we're just kind of waiting for things to get built at this point. We do have another forester, but I'm actually not going to give up the labor to put one in there. We're okay on logs. It's not great, but I really want to get this thing built. We have enough logs to get the woodcutter built, the firewood chopper built. So I'd rather have my laborers just focused on that. All right, let's crank up the speed to 3 times. 3 more logs, and we'll have the firewood building built, and we will take one of those laborers and put them into chopping wood. We're out of clothes, so that's not a good situation. If we look at our workers, we can see we've got 2 workers here, 26 and 33, that have no clothes. So we may have to take, maybe we can get our farmers doing some clothing work once it gets really cold. But I definitely want to get our spare labor chopping some firewood or getting that going. And I'm not sure how many workers we can put in this building once it's built. We'll find out here shortly. It is being built. All right. Is it built? Not quite yet. It's almost there. Looks like we've got a newborn here, Brina, 0, age 0. So that's cool. I'm not sure. They must be here, right? Yeah, in the house. This is the only place that can hold children right now. All right. Let's get a worker in here quick. We can only have 1. So it's important now to keep that one staffed. Probably full time. We're not going to be pulling workers off of that. Oh boy, I saw a little hint of snow there. I don't know if you caught it, but right before this rain started coming down, there was a little hint of snow. That's a little scary. We've got 3 adult workers with no clothes. Let's take down one of our foresters. Or actually, let's take the miners out. We've got plenty of resource here to get a spy. Let's get let's de-staff the mining building and staff our tailor. We'll get that going. Let's take a look at the inventory, see how much cloth we have. We've got 6. That's not a ton. That is not a lot. We will keep our gatherer doing their thing. But yeah, and I can't add another worker here. We'd have to build another building. So now, let's see. Our farm looks like it might be dead. We'll keep an eye on that. This might be a decent stopping point, but keep an eye on the farm and see when the day starts up here at 6. If we got people working the farm, it may be time to de-staff these people and put them somewhere else. Tools look good. Our pastures all look good. Look at our sheep here. We're actually over capacity, so we'll get some meat out of that. And look, we've already produced 10 wool. Let's take a look at the inventory. I think what we want to do next, we'll do this next episode, is put down that tanner building because we've got 20 wool here. We've got 87 hides just waiting to be turned into leather. Once we get that turned into leather, our tailor will start making warm clothes, and we need them, right? It's December. We're down to 30 degrees. It's freezing. I've got 3 people with no clothes whatsoever. You know, so that's not so great when it's 30 degrees. So they may end up just staying in their homes, which aren't terribly comfortable either. This is the only one that's got a fireplace, it looks like. I see a little smoke coming out, but these guys are just huddled in the corner trying to stay warm. All right, let's wrap this episode here. I'll go ahead and put it on 0 here and pause it. We'll pick it up here in the next episode. Yeah, this is Bastide, available on Steam. Check it out. I was provided a key from the developer. I requested one so I could put this game on the channel. I enjoy it. I hope you're enjoying it. Let me know what you think in the comments if you want to see more of this series. And for now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Appreciate having you here on this journey. And I will catch you in the next episode.